Hey everyone, it is a beautiful Thursday afternoon and the drama in Los Angeles is just completely off the rails today. Grab your coffee or whatever you need because we have a massive, crazy theory to unpack today and I am honestly still spinning from watching the latest episodes. So let's just dive right into it because my brain is working on overdrive right now. This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, we finally got the medical update on Daphne Rose Walton, and you guys, it was absolutely gut-wrenching. I am honestly a bit tired of seeing Carter Walton and the people he loves constantly getting dragged through the mud, but here we are again. Carter and Daphne have been trying to conceive for months now. We have seen them hoping and praying for a positive pregnancy test, and every single time it has been negative. The disappointment has been building and building, and you could just see the toll it was taking on Daphne's mental health. She just wants to give Carter the family he has always dreamed of. But then she goes to the hospital for some tests. And of course, in true soap opera fashion, her regular doctor has a sudden emergency and is completely unavailable. So who walks through the door holding her medical chart? Dr. Lee Finnegan. Yes, Lee Finnegan. And the look on Lee's face said it all before she even opened her mouth. It was that classic, somber, soap opera doctor look of absolute doom. Lee sat Daphne down and delivered the most devastating news a woman trying to conceive could ever hear. Daphne is no longer fertile. She has started early menopause. She cannot get pregnant. Just reading the spoilers for this made my heart sink, but watching it play out was something else entirely. Daphne was just paralyzed by grief. You could see her entire world crashing down around her in that sterile little hospital room. And Carter. Poor, sweet Carter. The man has had so many failed romances and heartbreaks, and now he has to watch his wife suffer through this unimaginable pain. He is trying so hard to be strong for her, but you know he is hurting too. Steffy Forrester has stepped up to offer Daphne some serious emotional support, which is nice to see considering Steffy is usually busy screaming at someone in the Forrester CEO office. But even with Steffy's support, Daphne is feeling so inadequate right now. So where do they go from here? According to the latest spoilers and the conversations happening on screen, Daphne and Carter are going to have to consider other alternatives if they want to build a family. They are talking about exploring surrogacy or adoption. They want a baby so badly, and it looks like they are going to have to raise someone else's biological child to make that dream come true. Lee Finnegan reportedly feels terrible for the couple. She sees how much love they have to give, and she is supposedly going to try and help them get hooked up with private adoption agencies or surrogates. And this is where my brain just completely short-circuited. This is where the fans on social media are losing their absolute minds, and honestly, I am right there with them. Because when you stop and look at the bigger picture, the timing of all of this is just way too suspicious. We cannot ignore the massive, glaring elephant in the room. Dr. Lee Finnegan is also Luna Nozawa's grandmother. Let's rewind for a second because we need to talk about the serial killer in the room. You guys remember Luna Nozawa, right? The girl who went completely psycho, drugged Will Spencer's drink, and took advantage of him while he was so intoxicated he thought he was sleeping with his girlfriend? Yeah, that Luna. A few weeks after that horrible incident, which happened back in October 2025, Luna announced she was pregnant with Will's baby. Electra Forrester ended up calling the cops on Luna, and Luna was thrown in jail for all her crimes. But then we had that crazy stormy night. Luna escaped from prison in the middle of a massive storm. She showed up at Will's beach house, soaking wet and acting completely manic. She told Will that she had suffered a miscarriage in prison and that there was no baby anymore. And before Will could even process what she was saying or verify if she was telling the truth, Luna ran out into the pouring rain, ran straight into the road, and was supposedly hit by a car and killed. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. The show told us she died. But let's be real here. Who actually believes this is going to end well? Who actually believes that a soap opera character who gets hit by a car in the dark is actually dead when we never saw a body in a casket? The bold and beautiful rumors have been hinting for months that Luna's death was faked and that she has been in hiding this entire time. And if Luna's death was faked, we need to do some basic math.
Luna got pregnant in October 2025.
Give or take a few weeks for soap opera time jumps, 9 months later puts her due date exactly right now.
July 2026.
Ironically, serial killer Luna Nozawa would have given birth to her baby this exact week if she were still alive. Or, if the rumors are true, she did give birth this week in hiding. So let's connect the dots here, because the writers are laying this out so perfectly it is almost scary. If the rumors are true and Lee Finnegan faked Luna's death again, then that means Lee has Luna in hiding somewhere. And it means Lee now has a newborn baby on her hands. A baby that she absolutely cannot risk anyone seeing. Because if Lee suddenly acquires a mysterious newborn baby exactly 8 or 9 months after her pregnant, serial killer granddaughter supposedly died, people are going to start asking a lot of very uncomfortable questions. But why would Lee do this? What were they thinking with this character? Well, think about Lee's history. She is the absolute queen of faking deaths to protect her family. She literally smuggled Finn out of a hospital and hid him in a hotel room for months while everyone thought he was dead. Faking medical records and hiding bodies is practically Lee Finnegan's favorite hobby. So faking Luna's death to get her out of prison and protect her from the law is totally on brand for Lee. And Lee has always felt this deep, lingering guilt about Luna. Luna's grandmother always felt bad because she thought that Luna never stood a chance in life because of who her mother was. Lee always looked at Luna as this tragic figure who was poisoned by her upbringing. Could the doctor be trying to break those generational curses? Could Lee be looking at this innocent newborn baby and thinking that she needs to save it from the toxic legacy of its mother? Lee knows that if this baby stays with Luna, it is doomed. Luna is a wanted fugitive and a murderer. And on the other side of the family tree, you have the Spencers. Will Spencer is the father. And Will is currently an absolute train wreck. I mean, just look at what Will is doing right now. He is spiraling into a drunken depression. He got into a massive brawl at the bikini bar with R.J. Forrester. He accidentally punched Eric Forrester in the face and gave him a black eye. He got arrested for assault. He lost Electra forever. Will is in no position to be a father right now. So Lee is sitting there with this secret newborn baby, knowing that both of the biological parents are completely unfit to raise it. She needs to find a safe, loving, stable home for this child. And she needs to do it fast, quietly, and completely off the books. And then, as if by fate, Daphne Rose Walton walks into her hospital. A beautiful, kind, wealthy woman who was married to one of the best men in Los Angeles. A couple who is desperately, painfully longing for a child. A couple who was just told they can never conceive on their own and are now actively looking to adopt. I mean, come on. The setup is just too perfect. Will Lee Finnegan somehow fast-track a private adoption and have Carter and Daphne adopt Luna's baby? It makes so much sense I am almost angry I didn't see it coming sooner. Lee is a powerful doctor. She has connections. She could easily forge some adoption papers, invent a fake birth mother who supposedly wants a closed adoption, and hand this baby over to Carter and Daphne. She gets to save her great-grandchild from a life on the run, she gets to give Carter and Daphne the family they have been begging the universe for, and she gets to wash her hands of the whole messy situation. But oh my gosh, you guys, think about the catastrophic fallout if this actually happens. Think about the ticking time bomb this places right in the middle of Carter and Daphne's marriage. They are going to take this baby home. They are going to fall madly, deeply in love with this child. Daphne is going to finally feel like her life is complete. She is going to bond with this baby in a way that only a mother can. And the whole time, they will be secretly raising Will Spencer's child. They will be raising the offspring of a serial killer. Just imagine the drama down the line. Maybe a year from now, or 2 years from now, when Will finally gets his life together. When Will stops drinking, stops punching people, and finally grows up. What happens when the truth inevitably comes out? Because in Los Angeles, secrets never stay buried forever. Someone is going to find out. Maybe Remy Price snoops around the hospital records. Maybe Sheila finds out and uses it to blackmail Lee. Maybe Luna herself decides she misses her baby and comes out of hiding to kidnap the child back from Carter and Daphne.
The possibilities for absolute chaos are endless.
If Carter and Daphne adopt this baby, they are basically adopting a ticking bomb that will eventually destroy their hearts.
Because Will Spencer is a Spencer.
And Bill Spencer will never, ever let a Spencer heir be raised by someone else once he finds out the truth. Bill would unleash his entire legal team to rip that child out of Daphne's arms and give it back to Will.
And I just can't even imagine the pain that would cause Daphne.
She is already suffering so much right now.
The writers are really putting her through the ringer. To give her a baby, let her fall in love with it, and then reveal that the baby actually belongs to the guy who just got arrested for punching Eric Forrester? It is cruel.
It is so cruel, but it is also exactly the kind of high-stakes, emotionally devastating television that we all tune in to watch every single day. I am honestly a bit terrified for Carter, too. He is going to be so fiercely protective of this child and of his wife. If it comes down to a custody battle between Carter Walton and the Spencer family, that would be the trial of the century. Carter is a brilliant lawyer, but Bill Spencer fights dirty.
And Will, despite all his current flaws, is the biological father.
The law usually sides with biology in these soap opera storylines unless the parent is proven completely unfit.
But wait, let's zoom out and talk about the bigger pattern here. How does this fit the show's usual style? B&B loves a good secret baby storyline.
We had the whole Beth Spencer debacle where Hope thought her baby died but she was actually adopted by Steffi. This would be a dark, twisted mirror of that storyline. Instead of a stolen baby, it is a secretly relocated baby orchestrated by a well-meaning but incredibly misguided doctor.
Lee Finnegan is basically playing God right now.
She thinks she knows what is best for everyone. She thinks she is saving this baby from Luna's darkness and Will's chaos. But playing God always backfires on this show.
And what about Luna? If she really is alive and hiding, what is her endgame? Did she agree to give the baby to Lee, or did Lee take the baby from her? Luna is dangerous.
If she feels betrayed by her grandmother, there is no telling what she might do. She could show up at Carter and Daphne's apartment in the middle of the night.
The suspense is just killing me. Honestly, I feel like I need to take a deep breath because I am getting so worked up over this theory. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Lee.
Maybe she really just wants to help Daphne and Carter and the baby thing is just a wild coincidence.
Okay, no, I don't believe that for a second. There are no coincidences on The Bold and the Beautiful. If a character mentions a timeline, it means something.
If Luna's due date is right now, and Daphne suddenly needs to adopt right now, the universe is colliding for a reason.
So what do you guys think? Are you ready for Carter and Daphne to become parents, even if it means they are raising the child of a murderer? Do you think Will Spencer deserves to know that his child is alive, even if he is currently acting like a complete disaster?
And how long do you think Lee Finnegan can actually keep a secret this massive before it blows up in her face and destroys her medical career forever?
I am going to be watching the screen like a hawk this week. Every single look Lee gives Daphne, every single word she says about adoption agencies. I am looking for clues.
The writers are setting up something massive here, and whether it ends in joy for Carter and Daphne or absolute tragedy, we are all going to be glued to our screens.
Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will be back tomorrow to recap whatever wild twists they throw at us next.
Until then, keep hoping for the best for Carter, because Lord knows the man needs it.
Next. I am personally offended and totally spiraling over what Eric Forrester is currently doing to our girl Donna Logan.
Talk to the camera like these people are our real-life neighbors and we're spiraling over their choices because, honestly, I feel like I live in the Forrester guest house at this point. Keep it super fast-paced, totally unfiltered, and a little chaotic like I'm voice typing this while doing a million other things, which I basically am.
I am dodging shopping carts in a parking lot right now just to bring you this update. It's giving major I cannot even energy and we are spilling all the tea right now. Wait, backtrack for a second, I missed a step. Did I even mention the lighting in Eric's office during that confrontation scene?
It was giving major villain origin story shadows, and I was genuinely distracted by the way the light hit his ascot.
Like, who wears an ascot when they are about to end their marriage? It is honestly so unhinged and a completely random aesthetic choice. Anyway, snapping back to the main tea.
The bold and the beautiful spoilers are screaming that Donna Logan is going to be getting some unexpected news next week, and I am straight up panicking for her.
Eric Forrester is still fuming over his wife's betrayal.
And when I say fuming, I mean this man is radiating pure, unfiltered, patriarchal rage.
Could Honey Bear literally drop a bomb on her and surprise Donna with divorce papers this summer? I am glitching. Okay, back to the main event. Divorce papers, you guys. We are talking about the end of an absolute era.
Honestly, Donna Logan and Eric Forrester had one of the most stable relationships on the entire daytime soap landscape.
Like, genuinely, they were the blueprint for surviving daytime drama.
We have watched them go through so much together over the years.
Do you guys remember the whole Quinn Fuller era? When Donna cured Eric's, issues with just a jar of honey?
That was iconic, hilarious, and straight up legendary. They survived health scares where Eric was literally on his deathbed, they survived massive family wars, and they always came back to each other.
They were the couple you looked at and thought, okay, at least Honey Bear and Donna are solid, they are the anchor of this wild family.
But all of that changed, literally overnight, when Katie Spencer made that absolute boss move and poached Hope Logan for her new fashion house.
And the kicker? The absolute dagger to Eric's heart that is causing all of this drama? Donna knew about the secret power move the whole time.
Oh, hold on, I should have mentioned this earlier, but did you guys notice the way Donna was clutching her purse in those recent scenes? It was giving major I am holding on to my secrets for dear life aesthetic.
It's those tiny background details that genuinely send me. Anyway, snapping back to the main tea.
Donna sat on this massive, earth-shattering secret while her husband's entire company was basically being blindsided by her own sisters. According to the bold and beautiful spoilers for next week, Eric will genuinely struggle trying to forgive his wife Donna Logan. The patriarch will have a tough time getting over the fact that Donna had numerous chances to tell him what Katie and Hope Logan were up to. I mean, picture this, Donna is sitting in on several Forrester family meetings.
The tension in the room is so thick you could cut it with a dressmaker's shear.
Ridge is pacing back and forth in his designer suits, Steffi is yelling about corporate espionage, and Eric is stressing over his haute couture line being overshadowed. They are all pulling their hair out trying to figure out who Logan's secret designer is.
And Donna?
Donna is just sitting there, lips zipped, sweating bullets, and didn't say a word. It's giving major double agent vibes, and I am living for the drama, but I am also so stressed for her. Let's really paint the picture of those Forrester family meetings.
I mean, imagine being Donna in that room.
Steffi is pacing back and forth in her designer heels, waving her hands around, screaming about how Logan Creations is trying to sabotage them. Ridge is leaning against the desk with that arrogant smirk, talking about how no one can touch Forrester Creations, completely oblivious to the fact that his own stepdaughter is the one plotting their downfall.
And Eric?
Eric is sitting at the head of the table, looking so proud of his upcoming haute couture line, totally unaware that it's about to be eclipsed.
And Donna is just sitting there on the sofa.
Probably sipping sparkling water, trying to keep her breathing steady, while her Apple Watch is probably giving her high heart rate notifications. She had to sit there, day after day, listening to them strategize against a mystery designer that she knew was her own niece. The sheer psychological warfare of that situation is genuinely insane.
I would have cracked on day one.
I would have just blurted it out, but Donna held it together. She sat in on several Forrester family meetings and didn't say a word when they all tried to figure out who Logan's secret designer was. But wait, in Donna Logan's defense, because we absolutely have to defend our girl here, she straight up warned her sister and her niece not to go through with it.
Did I say that yet?
Ugh, my brain is mush. Moving on, Donna literally begged them to stop. She knew this was going to detonate her marriage and cause a nuclear war between the Forresters and the Logans. She tried to be the voice of reason. She told Katie that this would destroy Brooke, and she told Hope that this would ruin the family dynamic.
But they did it anyway. Katie and Hope were so blinded by their own ambition and their desire to stick it to Steffi that they completely ignored Donna's warnings. And when Eric learned his wife knew all along, he was furious. Like, beyond furious. He was cold, silent, and completely unforgiving. He basically looked at her like she was a stranger in his own home. But here is where I get personally offended by Eric's behavior, and don't even get me started on the vibes here. Let's backtrack for a second. Eric is acting like he is the absolute saint of transparency and honesty in a marriage. Need I remind everyone that Eric literally forced Donna to hide his terminal illness from the entire family not that long ago? He made her lie to Ridge, he made her lie to Brooke, to Steffi, to everyone. He demanded her absolute silence to protect his own pride and his own legacy. He put her in the most agonizing position a wife could ever be in, carrying the weight of his impending death all by herself. So now, when Donna keeps a business secret to protect her sister and her niece, suddenly it's an unforgivable sin. The hypocrisy is straight up blinding. It's so unhinged. How can he demand one-sided loyalty? He used Donna as his secret keeper when it suited him, but the second she keeps a secret for someone else, she is dead to him? I cannot even. I am calling it. The villain arc is about to go nuclear. Eric is projecting all of his anger about Forrester Creations flopping right onto Donna. His highly anticipated haute couture line is being completely eclipsed by Hope's new line at Logan. The media is in a frenzy over Hope, and Eric's grand return to fashion is basically a footnote in the tabloids. And instead of dealing with the business side of things, he is punishing his wife. He literally escorted her out of the executive office in front of Ridge and the rest of the loyalists. The public humiliation. He fired her and marched her out of the building like she was a common criminal. And then, when they got home, they had this devastating private confrontation where Donna pleaded with him, crying, telling him she tried to stop Katie. And what did Eric do? He demanded one-sided loyalty and just walked away in silence. The silent treatment. That is straight-up emotional warfare, besties. And we really need to talk about the history here, because that makes this potential divorce so much more devastating. Donna has loved Eric for decades. Decades, you guys. They finally found their way back to each other, they finally got remarried after his terrifying health crisis a few years ago. She stood by his side when everyone thought he was going to die. She was his rock. And now, he is willing to throw all of those years, all of that devotion, straight into the garbage because she didn't snitch on Katie? It is straight up cruel. Eric is looking at her like she committed treason. But in Donna's mind, she was in an impossible position. If she tells Eric, she betrays Katie and Hope, and destroys her own family. If she stays quiet, she betrays Eric. It was a lose-lose situation, and Eric is completely lacking any empathy for the agonizing position she was in. For months, the Bold and the Beautiful has been teasing a shocking breakup this summer as a result of the fashion wars. Now, initially, everyone thought it was about the younger crowd. But let's be real, Will and Electra, is already falling apart. There is nothing shocking about that. Will went full Fight Club on RJ at the beach house, repeatedly punching him in the face because he was drowning in guilt over hiding these exact same Logan secrets. Electra threw her necklace at him and moved out. We all saw the dumpster fire coming from a mile away. So, what is the real shocking breakup the spoilers have been referencing? It has to be Honey Bear and Donna Logan. Perhaps the breakup that the spoilers have been referencing is actually Eric and Donna. Did I say that yet? Ugh, my brain is mush. Moving on, if Eric and Donna break up, it is going to shift the entire dynamic of the show. The foundational couple of this current era is crumbling right before our eyes. Eric Forrester seems to think that if his wife had just tipped him off, all of this could have been avoided. He genuinely believes that if Donna had whispered in his ear, he could have stopped the Logan launch. He thinks they could have countered Katie's move, or stopped Hope from signing the contract, or at least prepared a massive PR strategy to protect Forrester Creations. He blames Donna for the fact that Forrester is currently facing an apocalyptic PR nightmare. But let's be real, even if Donna had told him, What could Eric have done? Hope is a grown woman.
She was tired of Steffi holding her line hostage.
Katie was offering her creative control. Eric couldn't have stopped a moving train, but he is using Donna as the scapegoat for his own company's failures.
It is genuinely so frustrating to watch.
Will he take it as far as serving her with divorce papers? Honestly, I am manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update.
If Eric actually serves her with divorce papers, I genuinely hope Donna takes off her Forrester badge. Well, he already took it, but you know what I mean, marches straight over to Logan Creations, and gets a C-suite job right next to Katie and Hope. Imagine the power of the three Logan sisters running a rival fashion empire and completely destroying Forrester Creations.
It would be iconic. Do you think Donna and Eric can get past this? Because right now, the vibe is straight up toxic.
Eric is sitting in that massive mansion, sulking, while Donna is probably packing her bags in tears. The speculation is already mounting that if Eric continues to freeze Donna out, she is going to permanently leave him.
And honestly?
Good for her. She deserves better than conditional love.
And don't even get me started on the actual moment the truth came out.
When that livestream hit and Hope Logan strutted out onto that stage as the face of Hope by Logan, the collective gasp in the Forrester building must have shattered glass. Eric had to watch his own legacy be mocked, and in that exact moment, he realized Donna knew. The betrayal he felt must have been physically painful. But again, his reaction was just so toxic. He didn't just get mad, he completely shut her out. He took her job. He took her dignity by marching her out of the building. And now, the spoilers say he is struggling to forgive her.
Struggle? Honey, he isn't even trying.
He is just marinating in his own patriarchal rage.
Wait, I'm glitching. Okay, back to the main event.
I just remembered the way Brooke reacted to all of this. Brooke is out here violently slapping Katie, smashing monitors at Logan Creations, and declaring Katie her enemy number one. The Logan sisters are completely fractured. Brooke is furious at Katie, Eric is furious at Donna, and poor Donna is just caught in the middle of this massive corporate blood feud.
It's tragic, you guys. The family dinners are going to be so awkward from now on. I genuinely need to know what you guys think. Is Eric justified in being this angry? Or is he being a massive hypocrite? Because I am leaning heavily toward hypocrite.
You can't demand your wife keep your life or death secrets and then divorce her when she keeps a business secret for her sister.
It's just not right.
But then again, this is daytime drama, and logic left the chat years ago. Okay, my iced coffee is entirely melted and I need to get back to my errands before I literally lose my mind. Let me know all your thoughts, theories, and unhinged prophecies in the comments.
Are we getting a Donna Logan revenge era? I am so here for it. Love you guys, bye.